You're listening to Mornings with Sue DL and Andrew Schultz. QR Calgary.
6:37 now, Andy. I think most people have probably seen Ammolite, but not really realized what it was or where it comes from.
It's dazzling. It's, one of those things that's going to, catch your breath. It looks almost like it's man-made. It is so out of this world.
Yeah,
and I
is.
love that part about it.
It's a local company named KORITE that is doing a lot to bring it to the world, and Andy and I went on a field trip last week to visit them. We are at KORITE in Southeast Calgary chatting with President Amarjeet Grewal. Amarjeet, thank you for taking us on a tour. It's been quite an eye-opening experience. Let's begin by talking about Ammolite. Tell us what it is and why it's so special for us here in Alberta particularly.
For sure. Well, thanks for coming in. And it was a pleasure to give you a tour. Ammolite is a Canadian gemstone, officially Alberta's gemstone. 70 million years old. It's a beautiful gemstone that there's not enough awareness about it. Literally in our own backyard. It comes from Lethbridge. We are here at KORITE premises right now, so let me give you a little bit of background on KORITE. So KORITE has been in business for over 40 years. We were recently bought by Buffalo Rock Mining. So we have two mine sites. One is Buffalo Rock Mining and one is KORITE's mine. So the beautiful thing is now we own 95% of Ammolite share in the industry.
So Amarjeet, let's talk about, you see something like this, the versatility of what you can do with Ammolite is mind-blowing. So we've given a bit of a snapshot as to where this is mined, but using it in everyday life. Tell us about the applications.
It's very fascinating, and, like I said, I've been in this industry for over 30 years. KORITE's been in the industry for 40 years. For you to first time hear this, shame on us that we don't talk about this in our own backyard. So as far as the product goes, it is overwhelming when you first come here. One of these days, I would love for you to come to the mine so that I can show you mine to the market, how this is mined. As you saw in our production facility, how we bring the product in here and everything is finished, preserved, polished in-house. So it's a Canadian product manufactured and finished in-house in Canada. So we can proudly say a Canadian product made in Canada. So from a product perspective, we have full ammonites, which are the fossils, and then loose stones, which are natural gemstones versus small hand specimen converted into jewelry. So it's like a full mine to the market from fossil to the finished jewelry.
So let's talk about the Indigenous aspect of this. It is, obviously a part of the history of this province, and now there's an Indigenous side to this gem as well, fossil. Do you call it both? And tell us about the Indigenous side.
Beth and Tracy Day Chief bought the assets of KORITE, and they want to make sure that everyone knows that they bought the assets and the intellectual property. I think it comes full circle. Ammolite was always mined on the Indigenous land because we believe no matter it's the KORITE mine, it's still Indigenous land. When I say it's coming full circle, it's coming where it belongs, the right recognition to the Indigenous land. Now we have two mines. One is actually on the Indigenous native side, and then the KORITE mine is not on the native sites, meaning the difference is one falls under provincial, the other one falls under federal, but it all comes from the Indigenous land, so it comes in full circle.
Amarjeet, I want to ask you about the marketing of such a unique product, because if you go through any mall in Calgary or in North America for that matter, there's diamond stores in every mall in every corner. And, we know about our rubies and some of the other gemstones, but because it's certainly not new, but it's so unique, how do you market a product like this, and what are you looking to go? Which markets are you hoping to attract the attention of?
So Ammolite might be brand new to some, but it's not a brand new gemstone. We are still in some of the stores in Calgary. We are also in Banff, Niagara Falls, Vancouver. It's a Canadian gemstone that we should be carrying in our own backyard, meaning in Calgary retail stores, in Banff, not only for revenues, but to just, show that love for our own gemstone that is Canadian and official Alberta's gemstone.
It is spectacular. It's a spectacular piece of history, a part of our culture here in this province that we all need to know a little bit more about. So tell us how people can find out more information about KORITE, but about Ammolite as well. And where do we find your product then? In store, all put together. You can buy it as a piece of art, whether it's for your wall or on your hand as a piece of jewelry, correct?
KORITE.com on our website. You can follow us on Instagram, on Facebook. But some of the stores that carry Ammolite currently in Calgary is Tanny's. We are planning to do our Canadian shows, Toronto Jewelry Show, our Edmonton Jewelry Show.
Fantastic, Amarjeet. We're going to direct people to KORITE.com. That's KORITE.com. Amarjeet Grewal, president of KORITE. And, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Maybe the perfect gift for someone you love.
Thanks, Amarjeet. Let's go down to the showroom and start shopping.